Hello. I chose the disorder of sickle cell anemia. I chose sickle cell due to the fact that my daughter has the sickle cell trait. I discovered this after she was born, not knowing if me or her dad had the trait. So, of course, this is a shocker for me. So, I chose to educate myself further on the disease. Um, Basically, sickle cell anemia is when one's red blood cells have a different shape, which affects the blood flow to their body and can cause some chronic pain and illnesses that requires certain medications for them to live a healthy life. Basically, the care for this begins as children and it has to go forth throughout adulthood. So when I say the care begins as children, it starts with neurology appointments, primary care providers, and the list goes on and on. This child will have to grow up and see specialists throughout their life in order to live a healthy life. In the 80s, this is when newborn screening became more prevalent and more necessary, and it became something that was through the Department of Medicaid and also just human resources and human disease. Like it just became mandatory. Um, I see in a lot of articles where genetic counseling was discussed and was like kind of mandatory. So in premarital genetic counseling, there were several studies that were done to see if this person and their partner would have children that would have sickle cell. So in this study, they wouldn't coerce or help them make their decision. They would just give them the knowledge. And if they were to have children, they would continue on with giving them the resources and studies and also just the aid for them to know what to do next if they had a child with sickle cell. I also had articles in the 80s on how much stress it caused to have a sick child, how a partner like the father would spend more time at work to not have to address the illnesses of the child, and it would cause damage and turmoil within the home. And that stress and anxiety not only affected the child, but also affected his parents. I wish I could go on more about it, but these articles were so in-depth. They were short, but they were also very informative. I can say that I learned a lot this week looking at this and just seeing how prevalent it was back then to use contraceptives, pick the right partner, and also how people, no matter what, if their child was sick or not, they wanted to still reproduce. So this makes one ask themselves, are they being selfish or are they just, wanting to continue their legacy? So I am excited to learn more about sickle cell anemia as I continue on in the decades. Thank you.